my name is Louise and this is Chip, who now has a habit whenever the camera goes on of wanting to be picked up. Don't you? Yes, we know. So clearly he wants to get involved in our channel now. Okay? Yes, I know. Well, he's such an attention seeker. So my channel is actually a haul every Saturday. I do upload in between, occasionally. It depends what's going on that week, you know, life stuff normally. So if you enjoy that sort of thing, you enjoy today, don't forget to subscribe down below. It's down the bottom somewhere. I pointed last time and it turns out I got it wrong, so I'm not going to do it this time because I can't remember which way it went. Give me a like if you enjoy this video. Comment if you have any tips or suggestions. I do pay attention to all the comments, as you will know. If you've been here a while, I do mention things randomly when I remember them. So if you are new here, I also have fibro, so there is a whole fibro fog thing goes on. Sometimes I remember, sometimes not. If I do shout out or comment, probably won't remember your name. I do apologise, it's not purposely done. Yeah, so this week's haul is Asda. I only went to Asda. Oh, he's off. He got fed up with us. So yeah, we went to Asda. I do have a budget of £60. We didn't even get close to £60. I didn't really have any idea of like meal. Normally, like, I don't have like a massive list. Corey and I, that's my son, we just have a whiteboard on the fridge and we just add things to it if we think, oh, fancy that, or oh, just about to run out of that, we'll put it on there. So I didn't really have many things on the list. I did get everything off the list, but I normally have an idea of maybe possible meals I want to make during the week, something I might fancy. I had none of that at all. So most of this is not meal inspired. Normally I have meal inspired foods and I'll give you ideas of what I was planning. It's not that way. I think that's probably why there isn't much there. I do have a pretty full freezer. I still have a lot of salad things going on in the fridge. There was a comment last week, somebody didn't really understand how I can make good meals from what I have. We all eat differently. What you think's a good meal, I might not think's a good meal. Plus, this isn't everything I have for the week. This is just my shop this week. It will go with other foods that I have in the house already. I do have a stock of random things. Some of you who remember, yeah, she mentioned the beans. I'd forgotten about the beans, hadn't I? I bought a whole load of beans last year because they went really cheap. Pasta bakes, I bought a load of them. So I do have lots of things going on in the house. So this is just to add to stuff. So as I said, our budget was £60. I spent 40, let me see, because the numbers are terrible. They're all up and down. So I spent £42.50, but that's not everything here. So this week, food donation things I bought was a tin of chicken soup, the packet of biscuits I bought last week, the Asda's own cookies, I bought another packet of those. I bought some of that long life milk. That's expensive. Even the cheap like Asda's one, it is pretty expensive, but for food donation you can't do fresh stuff. I think that was all I did this week. I did end up just standing trying to think what to purchase, and I just got to that point where I thought, I'm standing here overthinking this. We'll just go with the 3 items. It's better than nothing. I'm going to start making it a habit of doing it every week. It was something that I've always wanted to do and I was planning on doing, and just with my memory it was just out of my head. So every time I do remember, I'm going to do it. So a few items is fine. So that is off of the top of this. So I think I didn't spend lots because it doesn't have to be a lot. So I think it took us down to 41 something. So that's our food budget. So we've still got 20 quid, which possibly going to spend this weekend. I'm not entirely sure how this weekend's going to go. I do need to do some little top-up bits, but Asda's getting expensive now, and there's a lot of things I know I can get cheaper elsewhere. Where I live, Asda and small Iceland and small Tesco are really what I can get to for myself. I don't drive. Everything else is a distance, and I begrudge paying for public transport. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to walk. Even with fibro, even heavy pain, I'm still going to walk because I just begrudge spending that money out on public transport if I know I can physically get there. I know a lot of people have no choice. If I have the choice of suffering a little bit. I am one of them people, I will cut off my nose to spite my face. It annoys the life out of my family. But yeah, so I do need to do a top up with, I think I've seen some little bargains in farm foods. I know I need to do a few bits in Aldi. I'm hoping to do it this weekend. I'm not entirely sure how this weekend's going to go. Told you, when this camera comes on I talk a lot. Oh, so Asda, the shop wasn't brilliant, have to say. There was a lot of gaps going on. I had a dodgy scan and go. So somebody did mention as well that I could do scan and go on my phone, which was great because it wasn't working the other week. Put it on and then for some reason it won't work. Problem is, because of being under a big Asda, I don't know if you need Wi-Fi for it, but it just wouldn't open, and it was a nightmare. I couldn't get it going. I've got it on my phone, just can't use it. So I used the scan and go, and I had a dodgy one. I'd scanned falafels. I wanted some falafels. Do you like a falafel? I wanted to purchase some falafels, scanned it like you do. The price that it came up was different to the price on the shelf. It was a 50p difference, and I'm not going to get it for 50p because I had it in my head. I'm happy with the price on the shelf, but I wasn't happy at the scan price, so I tried to take it off and it wouldn't come off. And then the woman said that just to get it all taken off at the end, which it was a faff is the word is in my head. Does that make sense? If you're English, you'll probably know what I mean. If you're not, how to express it, just hassle. It was a hassle. Oh dear. So I'm ranting. What was the point of this? So yeah, there was a lot of things that I wasn't comfortable scanning because I thought if the prices are wrong I can't take them off, and then I won't remember all of them and I've not bought them, and it was just one of those type shops. There's also not a lot of going on the shelves. There was no pasta. I just got one slab of cheese this week, and there was like a big empty section there. There was big empty sections in the sauce area. I did go earlier in the day, so I was expecting to have a bit more stock going on there. Don't know, just it could have been just a random day. They just didn't have the staff to get it out. We know in most retail type settings, staff is always going to be an issue. Companies do not want to pay for enough staff to do the job. So yeah, some bits that maybe I would have picked up that I couldn't. Their dates are pretty bad at the moment, so there wasn't much fresh food going on. A lot of their breads and things, you've literally got a day or two. So I didn't pick up things maybe I would have picked up as well. Apart from that, I'm gonna now shut up because I've been talking for 7 minutes. Let's get on with the haul. Fresh stuff I didn't actually need much of. I did run out of onions this week. Did sort of like a Mexican-y thing. 65p for this packet. Oh, let me get me a receipt because I will not remember all of this. So 65p for this big packet, which I thought was pretty good, and they look pretty decent, these ones. The tomatoes, last week I'd said that I don't think they're doing these anymore. There was no gaps or anything for them. Yeah, I just didn't think they were going to do them anymore, so I was wrong about that one. These are 85p. That's fairly expensive, isn't it? There's only 6 in there. They're small and they're quite orangey. I don't know if it really picks it up on the camera how orangey they are. I'm going to have to put them on the windowsill and hopefully they'll ripen up a bit. 29th, yeah, the date isn't too bad on that one. So this chicken I get for Chip, my dog, who you just saw. I actually I cook his meals every week. I cook it in the slow cooker. And chicken is the best option for him. He does have stomach issues sometimes, so I now purchased this one. This is a 1.1 kilogram. It's £3.10 for this one. They do a cheaper one. I believe it's £1.94, but I keep forgetting to double check just to let you know, but I forgot to check it again, so I apologise for that. But it was £1.94. I'm assuming it's probably gone up a bit since then anyway. The reason I pay for the more expensive one is if you actually feel the thighs between the cheaper one and the next one up in this range, there is a lot less bones going on in the more expensive one. So I'm assuming that I'm getting a better deal with chicken in it. So that's why I go with this. Now, normally it would do about 2 portions. I think it's slightly less than 2 portions, to be honest. I do freeze the odd bits. And yeah, I don't think it's not quite 2 portions here. But £3.10 anyway. Compared to dog food prices, honestly, I'm saving money. So that is mainly for Chip. Milk, oh my. So I didn't buy any milk last week because Corey and I, well, me Sorry, my light's all over the place. Corey and I usually get through about a 4 pint of semi-skim milk. I didn't buy any last week because we've really not been going through it. Normally, you know, this time of year, Corey be up on his cups of tea, and he has one of those really big cups. He's not been doing that. He's not been drinking milk in cereal, which I guess would get us through the 4 pints. I only have coffees and tea with it because I'm not a fan of milk particularly. So I didn't buy any last week because we'd had 2 lots in there. I still got a little bit. I was going to get the 2 pint, £1.25 for a 2 pint. This one is £1.55 now. That's jumped up. It wasn't £1.55. I can't remember what it was, but I know it's gonna chunk up. So yeah, I just got the more expensive one because it's like double the amount for an extra 30p. So I mean, milk actually does last a lot more than the date that it will show on it. What does the date show on it? So it says the 31st of October, which is actually pretty good anyway. But I can guarantee that'll take us into November easily, like good week into November. I never go by the dates. I always go by smelling and seeing things. Touching sometimes, depending on what it is as well. Baked beans and sausages. Bought these last week for the first time for a long time. I used to have them all the time, and then I went through a phase where I just stopped buying them. Oh my life, so good, so tasty. Like even the beans take on the sausagey taste. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So I picked up 2 this week. These are 42p a can. I think that's a really good price. That's a really good meal. Actually, I should have got that for the food bag. Thinking about it, I might next time. I got red kidney beans. These are for Chip for his slow cooker meal. Just so you are aware, these are safe for the dogs as long as you rinse them very well. That's the only thing you have to do with them. They are fine. Kidney beans are absolutely fine for dogs. They do recommend that you would use the dry ones and, you know, soak them all that first. But these are absolutely perfectly fine. Chip has an icky tummy normally, and he's never had a reaction to these. I have researched it online. Just make sure you thoroughly wash them first, and they're absolutely perfectly fine, okay? Just because some people are a bit worried when it comes to giving human things to dogs. I have done a lot of research. I would never give my dog anything I thought could harm him, I promise you. I found this. So it's new. It says it's new on the shelf. I wasn't sure if I'd just never seen it before. It's a pot noodle, and it's Asda's own. They did 2 flavours. Can I remember the other flavour? Yes, I actually can. So chicken and mushroom is the one I picked because I know I like chicken and mushroom. Anyway, they do a curry one. I'm not a fan of curry in the pot noodles, but pot noodle is one something. I can't tell you what it is. I only ever buy it when it's on a deal. It used to be 50p, and I think it goes down to 60p sometimes, but it hasn't been on a deal for a while because they're really not doing deals on food so much anymore, are they? They're trying to keep the prices where they are. 45p for this. I am so excited to try it. I do have a question for you though. Would you be interested if I did some taste testing things like this and an actual pot noodle to compare them? Would that be something you'd be interested in? Let me know. I've been thinking about it, but I want your opinion. A bit of feedback would be nice on that one. Would it be something you'd be interested in? Let me know. But 45p, bargain. I got some fajita cooking sauce. This is actually 95p. It is a little expensive, but I don't get through a whole one of them normally. This one actually tastes really nice as well. Corey's a fan of this one. Sorry. Ugh, the camera angles are all up the creek today. Yeah, really enjoy this one. And I did get my fajita El Paso barbecue seasoning mix. Now this is actually £1. I really begrudge doing it because I know that Asda used to do a version of this as well that was just as good, but they haven't done it. Okay, sorry about that. There was somebody at the door, and that will be another video. I'll tell you about it at the end if I'm gonna try to remember. So yeah, Asda used to do their own one, way cheaper and just as good, but they don't do it anymore. They do like a hot one and an original one, but it's the barbecue one that I really like. And this actually, you can put it in anything, and it's just really nice. I got some sausage rolls. It was on the list. Corey put them on there. He hasn't had them for a couple of weeks. Does really enjoy these. These are 98p now. They were 88 when we started buying them, but you know, this is the way life is going at the moment. But you get 8 of them in there, and they're really good. that's Corey's opinion, not mine. I don't eat them, so I don't know. I'm not going to ever comment on something I don't know. And the cheese. Oh, I got really nervous when I went over to the shelf and I saw that it was empty, but they just had a couple of these down in the corner. So this is actually £3.65 for an 8 to 5 gram packet. This is the mature white cheddar one, and I absolutely love it. You save so much more by just grating it yourself. I mean, sometimes we do buy the grated ones because, like, you know, we're all lazy sometimes, aren't we? But yeah, this is really, really good one. I'm not doing this in any particular order today, as you can see. Digestive biscuits, these are 60p. These are your chocolate covered ones. Corey and I prefer these to the McVitie's. They're just really, really nice. So if you've not tried them, I would recommend those. And I actually went back to the Kit Kats this week. Still, a 9-pack is £1.25. Did buy biscuits last week, and I noticed I was just eating more because it's just easier to grab them. Whereas these are individual, it doesn't. It stops me from eating so much. So even though I'm not on a diet or whatever, it's just nice not to be consuming calories just for the sake of it. So we're back on the old Kit Kats. And this onion powder, do you know, no, it's onion granules, do you know how long I've been looking for this? It's been on my shopping list now. It's, oh, so long. I don't use it that often, but it was just one of those ones that I would use it, but I haven't had it for a while. This was 70p for that, but you know, spices last a long time anyway, don't they? Got the crisps again. I would like to get the crisps in Aldi, but as I said, I can't really get there very easily. So in Aldi they would be a 30 pack for £3.09 last time I went, but it was a few weeks ago, so it could have changed. So don't come at me if I've got that one wrong. But you get 30 packs in there, and they're just as good as the Asda one. So Asda is actually a 24 pack, and they are £3.35. You get 6 prawn cocktail, 6 cheese and onion, 6 salt and vinegar, and 6 ready salted. Really, really nice, those ones. 90p for the loaf of bread. They actually has a few days on, 5 days on it. Yeah, this is 26. So I'm actually hauling this on a Friday. Yes, I don't normally shop and haul on the same day, but I'm pushing the boundaries because I want to get stuff done this weekend. So yeah, at the moment I've got 5 days. As of this filming, it'll be 4 days. This is actually, it's just a nice loaf of bread. It's nothing special, it's just a white loaf of bread. 90p. 90p again for the beef lasagna. Corey does like his ready meals. He had sausages on the list. These are the Richmond ones. Corey's quite fussy when it comes to sausages. You know, we all have our things. Sometimes you can go cheap with things, sometimes not. Sausages is Corey's not go cheap on. He enjoys these. He has tried others. This is actually £1.75 for 12 of them. It's actually not terrible for Richmond. I'm not a sausage fan, so I couldn't give you an opinion on that one. Oh, this is the big one. Okay, so I didn't buy these last week. As you know, if you've been here before, I buy these all the time. I actually did try these this week, by the way, as well, because I always say Corey would recommend them, but I've not tried them. I tried them. They're really, really nice. I would really recommend them. And I'm not a fan of meat at the moment, but that was really good. So this is your 70 chicken dippers. Chip wants my attention. This is the battered one. So it's a 1.275 kilogram. And they do a number of these in this same wrapping. So you have that, the black with the big red banner. Some of them are chicken chunks and some are in breadcrumbs rather than battered. But they're an 800 gram packet. So I did pay attention to the prices because I was so shocked. Now I bought this, I'm sure it was the week before last was the last time I bought them. So not that long ago. And they've recently all gone up in prices and things. So this is actually now from £4.25, it's gone up to £4.85. Now that is absolutely disgusting price hike for one item. I'm disgusted at that price. This is £4.85, but the 800 kilograms are £5. They're £5. So this is more chicken and less money. And they're really, really good. So if you wanted to try something like that, this is the one to go with. I know £4.85 is a lot of money in one go, but you do get a lot in there. So yeah, rant over, let's move on. Toilet roll, £1.93. I think this one is fine. We all have different opinions about toilet roll. This works for me, so I'm going to carry on using this one. This used to be £12 toilet rolls on a, yeah, it used to be a 12 toilet roll pack. Now they put the 12 onto 6 rolls. Do you know what I mean? That didn't come out very well. I'm sure you know what I mean. It just didn't come out very well. Whole green beans. This is for chips foods. He hasn't had green beans for a long time. So when I say the foods of chip, like all the veggies and stuff, we do eat them as well. It's just I mainly get them for that purpose. But we do eat them as well. It's not just I buy all this stuff for chip and no one else is allowed to touch any of it. It's not like that. So this one actually is 85p, which I thought was pretty good. You get quite a lot of green beans in there. Like I said, he just hasn't had green beans for a while. And I like to do different combinations of food so that he doesn't get bored with it. And broccoli, just run out of that one for him again. That's for Chip. That's a £1.25 for all of that one. Oh, nearly forgot. I picked up a bathroom cleaner. Now I have a lot of cleaning supplies. I bought them in like when they've been on sales over the past couple of years. I have lots. That's why you don't see me buying them that often. I actually didn't realise I was running out of the bathroom one until I ran out of the bathroom one. I thought I had some down in my supply a bit, but I didn't. Now I am a huge fan of Flash. Just really enjoy using that product, but like I said, I do randomly try cheaper versions of things. Wasn't necessarily planning on doing it this week, but the Flash was £1.99. I've only ever paid £1 for a bottle, and I thought, okay, well clearly it's time to try a cheaper version. So I picked this one up. This is Asda's own one. I picked the one that specifically says bathroom surface one because, you know, I'm assuming it would be better for like the, you know, scummy marks is what comes to mind. I don't mean it like that. I mean like, you know, like your soap. It's different, isn't it? You know when you get like dried soap and shampoos and stuff, it's a different sort of cleaning stuff you need. Oh dear, this is not coming out very well. This one was 95p. It's a 750ml. I don't know what the one is that I get in the Flash. This looks like it's a bigger, slightly bigger, possibly, don't know. But I will let you know. If you're a Flash fan too, maybe a cheaper option now, we'll see. Oh, I put this upside down. That's going to really bother me. I've got to do it, I've got to do it. Okay, so Corey has been drinking Cokes. £12.95 for a 24 pack. And I said to him, like, do you really need to have Coke? Like, do you want to just change it up a little bit? And I persuaded him. So he wanted to try the 7-Up, Cherry 7-Up. This is £7.50 for 24. Saving, bargain. I'm hoping he gets a taste for it. Because, well, it doesn't make a difference to me, does it? Because he pays for it anyway, but just, I like to save money, so I want him to do it too. So this is actually Corey's treat. He purchases himself. I do purchase it off of our food budget, but he reimburses me for it when he gets paid. So this is Corey's thing at the moment. It's cans of Fizzy. I don't understand where it came from, but that's it. So it wasn't actually an awful lot of food this week, but like I said, I've got a fridge full of stuff still, stuff in the freezer, so this is just to top things up, and I didn't have any particular meal ideas, so I was winging it. So that's the food haul done. I hope some of the prices help you. Chip's down at my feet. As soon as I put the camera on again, he's come to my feet. See, he's a bit of a diva now. He wants to be on camera. The knock at the door earlier. I think, I've got to double check, but I'm going to do it on camera. I think it's Chip's clothes. So I did mention a while ago that I was going to do a, I think it's pronounced Shein, something like that, haul of clothes for Chip, because with his conditions now and him just being a little bit more, or me babying him, should we go that way? Whatever way you want to go. I've ordered him some clothes. We're getting close to winter. He doesn't have a decent winter coat. It's raining a lot and he's getting wet a lot. He also, now the jumper you saw him in, it's a nightmare getting that thing off him. He'll only take it off to put the jumper on to go outside. Otherwise he's like pushing at it and grabbing at it. He just wants it on all the time. So it is very cold in the house. I'm also not putting heating on. We're trying to save some money. I've done really well with it so far. I've been freezing my bits off on a regular basis. But Chip's nice and warm, so we're good. I did order some like pyjamas for him. He's got some coats and jumpers. So I'm going to haul that. Hopefully Chip's going to be in a diva mood, and yes, Glenda, you've got diva in my head now. That's your fault. Yeah, hopefully he's going to be in the right mood and want to pose in his new clothes. He does enjoy wearing the clothes. He didn't before, but he does enjoy wearing them. So it's not going to be one of them things where I'm torturing the dog or anything like that. If I have to do it in a couple of different times, then we'll just do it that way. But hopefully I'm going to get that next week. So look out for my doggy haul next week. Providing that was it. I'm sure it was. So I'm going to shut up now, because I feel like I could just rant for a couple of hours about just stuff, just have a chat, whatever. But I think it might bore you. So I'm actually going to go now. I'm hoping you're having a lovely Saturday, and I am sending out good vibes as I always do. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.